Morning folks, my battery oils, texture and greens. Well, ever since I discovered Payne's Grey and cadmium yellow pale and a bit of vermilion or cadmium red, you can mix these in any proportion and you'll come out with nice greens. You can add blue. So before we go anywhere, I'm going to put some white out. I've forgot. Got two large 200ml tubes of titanium white. No point in buying paints in little silly little tubes for oil painting anyway. Let's just give that a bit of a squeeze. There we go. Okay, you might confuse it with shaving cream. I don't recommend it. Right, okay, so let's get in with the sky. I've got a bit of fast drying linseed oil in here and some drying liquid. Let's just get a bit of blue. This is on the oil paper, so it's not canvas. It's a nice bit of oil. It's got a nice tooth, fine tooth to it. And the back of it, of each of the sheets, it's only half a sheet, this is A3. I think it's A, no, it's not A3, it's A4. I always get my A's confused. So here we are, I've cut a sheet of this in half. Oil paper board pad and A3, but cut down to A4. We are. 15 sheets, acid free, £108 per bunch, 500 sheets I would think. Okay, so clean the brush. And I'm going to put some white. I could go a bit darker with that, but no, let's not. Let's just keep things simple. Let's get some nice bit of white. Okay, look, right, we've got lovely clouds. Right, there we go, that'll do. Go down a little bit lower with a bit of burnt sienna. Just a touch of burnt sienna. It's quite strong. Well, very strong actually. One of my subscriber friends, Mark, he suggested a different type of burnt sienna. Begins with a QUI, and I can't remember the rest. But I think he was talking about watercolour, but I'll have a look through my watercolour box and see what we've got there. Right, then we're going to put some trees in there. So I'll change the brush if I can find an appropriate one. Well, no, I'll carry on using this one. Mixing greens. Well, before we do that, we just need to blend some of that. Alright, greens. So, bit of yellow, red, blue. There we go, look at that lovely, lovely green. Try to leave some air in them, in the trees, that is. Now, with blue you can mix Payne's grey, get a bit darker. Right, just try to keep it a bit spiky. The corner of the brush. It had a little bit of yellow ochre. That's could dry it off a bit too much. Oh, there we are. Let's have a bit more blue. Get a bit darker. Okay. Right, now we're going to do some bit of a field. So let's get a bit of that yellow ochre. Getting a bit quite about a third of the tube left. Now that will mix very nicely with my basic green, which is the 3-colour mix. So we can just a bit of white. This is a real basic tree painting in meadows, because I love meadows. Oh, we get all these different greens. We go over this with some dark and light, dark or light. Just stippling. It's always good to practice these sort of things. And I'm not a lover of taking or buying half a dozen greens, putting them on my palette, because it leads to confusion. I'm using my basic palette of red, blue, burnt sienna, pale, cadmium pale, green, cadmium yellow, pale, and some yellow ochre. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5 colours, and I use those colours in all my mixes. Now we get a really light green up here, look. See, look. coming down to the foreground, you can even put a little bit of mauve in. A bit of shadow. Back over that. If you don't like it, just obliterate it. See, these things are so simple when you know how, and you can use it as a basis of a larger picture or whatever you want. But look, just use a brush that gives you a serrated edge rather than a solid edge. I like to say that it's making a hole in the tree for birds to fly through. Right, there we go. Let's get a bit of that ochre. Well, I'm not a tennis lover really, but I did watch the men's with the marvellous Chris Eubanks. And they're not named after a famous boxer. Oh, just a bit of bluey mauve. Just giving a bit of character. And let's have a bit of that. No, just put in a bit of variety. Let's go over that a little bit. All right, okay. Now, if you want to put some figures in, I haven't put any in yet. We can put a bit of blue stuff in there. All right, just a little bit of blue. I'm going to put a reflection of a bit of white cloud. And we can just put a little bit of shadow around here. Well, all right, a bit more of that white in there. And we'll just put a base to that. Bit over the back here. Ooh. Okay, so there's one there. Let's just get a bit more of that green. Blue, red, blue. Right, okay, well there we are. We'll just put some light on the tops here. Okay, now we'll put in some figures. Now, where's my figure brush? Ah, there we go. Right. Now, complementary of green is red. So let's just put a couple of figures in. Don't put them right in the middle. We don't forget white shirts. And it's very tiny, but you don't need to do a portrait. Just do an impression. Oh, there we are. Now, for a bit of okay, so there's a very simple picture for you to be getting on with. Right, I'll stop that.